Hey everybody, it's Shady here again. And yes, believe it or not, there's actually been more leaks involving games with Atlas. So, as you know, recently we had the Persona 3 Reload leaks come forward. And, well, that was actually leaked by Atlas themselves. But there were obviously rumors surrounding it beforehand, and images and blah blah blah. But yeah, now it appears as if Shin Megami Tensei V is finally going to be getting some sort of complete edition. So this leak is basically to do with potential multi-plat release of the game. So obviously, I'm not sure people realize this, but when the game first released, people looked through the code of the game and there was suggestions of a PC and PlayStation 4 version of the game being developed. So I'm assuming that, you know, Nintendo probably had some sort of exclusivity deal. That's usually how it was with this. You know, typically it's a year, so, you know, that's why I think people maybe seem to have forgot about it, maybe thought it wasn't going to happen. But yeah, I mean, 2 years, I guess, isn't surprising either. You know, don't forget Resident Evil Remake. I know it's a different company and blah, 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 and years ago, but the original Resident Evil Remake was stuck on the GameCube for like a decade, so, you know, it's not out of the question that it, you know, it could have been a 2-year exclusivity deal is what I'm saying. But anyway, getting into it, obviously, as everyone knows, SMT5, you know, it's, in my opinion, one of the best games on Switch, and, you know, I think more people deserve to play the game. But the reason why I'm really happy about this is because, obviously, the performance on Switch isn't the best. The game really struggles to hit 30 frames a second. You're very lucky to ever see that. There's also issues with like loading. There's a lot of pop-in. Even when you're going in the menus, just looking at demons and stuff, like the textures, they'll just be like plain textures and then the actual texture will pop in and stuff. Not game-breaking stuff, and the game is still playable. But yeah, just, I mean, if they just at least port the game at 4K 60 and include all the DLC, I'll be happy. But I personally want a little bit more than that myself. You know, people are saying complete edition, so to me, you know, I want, you know, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne style, you know, because, so the original release of SMT3 in Japan, it wasn't the version we got. They later released a Maniacs edition, which added all the post-game stuff, the Amala Labyrinth, and all that stuff, Dante and blah, 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 and which is the version that we got domestically. So I'm really hoping they do that. You know, at least a post-game dungeon, but I really want them to, like, maybe add some more story elements, maybe flesh out the characters, because minor spoilers anyway. But obviously, you know, the main cast characters, the only one that's really fleshed out is Dozai, who's one of the characters you see in the game. But I'd really like to see the likes of Tao and, you know, the two kids with the glasses, the brother and sister, and some other characters really get a bit more. Yakumo as well. I'd like to see a little bit more from them, because what this game, obviously everyone should know this if you're an SMT fan, but what the game does really, what I like about the game, in theory anyway, is that the, you know, they give you 3 characters, and then you basically, you know, one is law, chaos, neutral, and they all put their case forward, and you don't get an alignment lock really. There is a sort of a path you can take which gives you some benefits, a slightly more law path or whatever. But yeah, then at the end of the game, it's just like, choose the path. And I really like that concept, but the problem is, Oli Dozai is really, he's the only one who really puts his case forward, and the others, I don't think, they don't do a good enough job in regards to that. So I really hope they add some more story scenes and give us a bit more fleshed out characterization in the game. But yeah, and also I really love, you know, some sort of great post-game dungeon, because the final dungeon for me was a little bit of a disappointment as well. Not terrible, but you know, I'd like to see maybe a revised post-game final dungeon, maybe a new post-game dungeon. Also, I'd like to see them balance out the difficulty, or, well, the level scaling. That's another thing that annoys me. It's not terrible, but it's just the fact that basically, if you're like a few levels below an enemy, like they barely take any damage, and it's like, it means you have to kind of grind and get to at least equal level to an enemy. So I really hope they take a look at that and balance the game better in that regard, or at least give people the option. You know, you can have standard version and then like rebalanced mode or something. You know, that I think would be really cool. Obviously not confirmed, but it's easy to believe with the Persona 3 stuff and all of these leaks to do with Atlas recently. Yeah, I really hope they do take the time and really give us a more complete version of the game, like the name will suggest. You know, like I said, 4K 60 with extra, you know, with just all the DLC will be fine, and I'll be happy with that. But you know, if you really want people to pay full price again, do that. You know, just add that extra stuff. And also, if you're gonna do all that, release that version on Switch as well. And we're talking about multi-plat. It shouldn't just be PlayStation and PC. Let's get an Xbox version out there as well. You know, just make it available for everyone. Yeah, it's a bit, thing is though, I can't really see that unless it's going to be on Game Pass. Though that's the only thing. Obviously, Fantasy isn't going to be, but I just feel like SMT is a much more niche and hardcore JRPG. So maybe it's asking a bit much for it to be on Xbox, but I don't see why it'd be out of the question really. Also, yeah, let's make this cross-gen as well. PS4, 5, you know, Xbox One and Series would be really cool. There's no reason why it can't be. You know, next gen only would be fine. So, I mean, I play mainly on the PS5 and Xbox myself, so. But yeah, you know, PS4 at least, because I think, yeah, it'll do well, at least for the Japanese market anyway. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. Yeah, let's just hope that these rumors are true, and I can make another video confirming this, and we can hopefully get a release date, because, you know, it is SMT 30th, so it would be the least I think we would expect. I think, you know, there's not really been anything in this anniversary in terms of announcements, so, you know, at the very least, let's get a port of SMT5. You know, maybe Atlas you can look at porting the rest of the series. You know, I'd really love to have an accessible way to play the first few SMT games, as maybe people don't know this, but they only released one official English translation of the first SMT game, which was on the bloody iPhone, like bloody over a decade ago, like 15 years ago, and it's delisted. So, like, just, you know, SMT 1, 2, 1, 2, and if let's put that in a collection, even if it's just digital. Just get it on all the stores, PlayStation, Xbox, Switch, Steam, everything you need to, you know. Maybe let's look at getting SMT3 on Xbox as well. Yeah, be really cool. And you know, 4 and Apocalypse as well. You know, maybe I'm asking too much. Let's start off with 5 though. Let's hope this is true. So, but anyway, I hope this is the start of some good announcements anyway when it comes to SMT. We are only halfway in the year, so still got half a year left to go. So, but anyway, have a great rest of your day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you want to, and catch you in the next one.